What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Cocteau Twins. And we're going to go back to the Sunburst and Snowblind EP, 1983. I did want to mention, there's been some different comments about maybe where the next step is. Han Solo was saying I should go through all three of the EPs that were between Garlands and Head Over Heels. A couple people said now that I've reacted to Sugar Hiccup, I might as well go back to Head Over Heels because they ended up including that track on the album. And then ultimately, I think Mark said that one of the EPs between Garlands and Head Over Heels, I think it's like Peppermint something, I think he was saying the band actually doesn't like it anymore, and you know they don't consider it to be a crucial step in their discography. So I'm going to go through the remainder of this EP, and I will await further comments. Again, I'm willing to go through everything, so even if they're not fond of that EP, I'm totally willing to go through it. If it really is something that just runs in a different direction and will maybe, you know, change the atmosphere of the tracks we're going through, which are, you know, building toward the sound that I understand is on Head Over Heels. Again, I've reacted to, I think, what is it, 2 tracks from it? But yeah, bottom line, I'll see what people say. I'm willing to go through everything, although again, the order in which we do that, you know, is up for discussion, and I'm willing to heed the advice of multiple Cocteau Twins fans. So again, shout out to all the people who are sharing Cocteau Twins with me, most notably Han Solo, who, I mean, again, I realized early on how prolific this group is just because when I opened that umbrella folder, it was like, oh my god, there's like 15 subfolders in here. So, once again, big shout out to you, Han Solo. And we're going to keep going through, as I said, Sunburst and Snowblind. And the next track on the EP is called From the Flagstones. It's interesting. I feel like Flagstone would certainly be a marker of some kind. I don't know quite in what, I don't know, agricultural or just cultural context flagstones might be. It makes me think of sites where stones play a prominent role, with, you know, Stonehenge, the standing stones of Callanish, and so on. But if flagstones are more, let's say, functional in a modern sense, which, you know, fair to say those astronomical sites were certainly functional in terms of getting a sense of the seasons and understanding the heavens, if you will. But yeah, if there's something more modern in a practical sense, I'm not familiar with it. And again, people have pointed out that, you know, there's songs they've done where even what the lyrics are specifically is a bit up for debate. And ultimately that sometimes it's more about the phonetics and the syllables and the way they fit into the sounds of the song overall, and maybe less about the actual words or semantics. So with that in mind, I won't think about it too much longer, but I will say it's another title that has a very poetic sound to it. I'm thinking of the one that had the Viking, like the feather, the oar, and what was it, the spear? I'm forgetting the third article in the series. But yeah, they've had a few titles along the way already, just the material I've gone through, with really poetic and literary quality to it, so I really enjoy that. Once more, I wanted to give a shout out to Doug, who has sent me a physical copy of the CD for Treasure. Is it Treasure or Treasures? I think it's singular. Either way, I have that on CD, so people mentioned that album is notably good, so I'm looking forward to that. But we'll go through, again, everything we need to in whatever order seems best before we get there. But I did want to mention to Doug, I appreciate it. All the people who send me any kind of music, either digital or physical media, I really do appreciate you. So anyway, let's listen. This is Cocteau Twins. The tune is From the Flagstones, and it's from the Sunburst and Snowblind EP, 1983. I was like, wait, what? Oh. Enter the psychedelic haze. At times I've seen you from the like the booming nature of that snare. higher vocal is jumping the lower register vocal. So is that... Are those both Frasier, or... has sort of an evaporative quality to it. That snare just echoing across the canyon of your brain. I was not impugning your brain. Sprinkle a little magical dust on the track at the end. Again, it's, you know, it's different than Garland's. There's still a bit of psychedelic haze. There's still an off the beaten path quality to it, but it doesn't feel quite as dark and brooding and unsavory and uncertain. There's a lighter, more consonant quality to it. So again, like, I think part of what Han Solo was talking about is going through these EPs is that what you hear on Head Over Heels will make more sense if you know, than jumping straight from Garland's to Head Over Heels. So I do absolutely appreciate that, and this is another song where I can feel a bit of what we've heard, but it's, you know, there are other elements to it, and it's pulling in a different direction, a bit more, like I said, consonant and bright rather than you know, dark and shadowy. So yeah, enjoying this chronology. Again, we'll go through everything, and once more, shout out to Han Solo for sharing an enormous amount of music in general and a lot of Cocteau Twins specifically. But yeah, I'm curious what order people think I should do it, because again, there were a couple like, oh, just go back to Head Over Heels, a couple like, you know, it makes sense to take the full journey, but at the same time, now you've reacted to a track, again, Sugar Hiccup, that is on that album, so you're essentially forward in time to where, you know, we're going to. So bottom line, I'll go through everything. I am curious about that EP, which again, I suppose I could look it up right now rather than just speculating, which sometimes in videos I like talk off the cuff and then I get annoyed later where it's like, dude, you could have just looked it up, but instead you talked about it incorrectly, so what the hell. So we'll look this up right now. The EP in question is called Peppermint Pig, that's right. So I think it was Mark who was saying they're not huge on this EP these days. It is a 3-track EP, just like the other couple that we've gone through, or I think Lullabies was 3 EPs, or 3 tracks on the EP, right? Yeah. So bottom line, yeah, let me know what you guys think I should do. We'll go through everything eventually. I am curious whether both of those vocals, the lower, deeper, almost like pulsing rhythm vocal, if you will, as well as the more lead vocal that would just, you know, spring out from behind and shoot over the top, were those both Frasier, or does someone else in the group sing. So, and I'm sure that last point, I'm sure that's something that people have commented on. Y'all gotta understand, when I started this, I was just the guy talking about techno tracks, and now I'm reacting to like 75 different groups across all different genres. There's a lot of comments, a lot of people sending me things through email, and making sure I have information. I appreciate it all. I'm trying to absorb it all, but admittedly, I famously have a dubious short-term memory, and there's no assistant. Luca, who's not here right now, she's out in the kitchen, I think, wandering around. But yeah, she can't take notes or help me, keep everything in mind with a little note card. So I'll do my best, but surely there will be times where I'll ask a question about something that people have already commented on. I'm going to apologize in advance. This is a blanket standing apology for any such moments. But like I said, there's one more tune on this. Is it one more or two more? Again, I suppose while we have this out, Sunburst and Snowblind is, no, it's 4, so there's 2 more. Hitherto and Because of Whirl Jack. So yeah, I guess we'll go through those 2. I'll finish off this EP, first no matter what, and then what the next step is up, or what that is after that will be up to you folks. So do let me know what you think, give me an opinion, and I will see you next time. Peace.